Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you're all doing well. 2 minutes late but still on time before starting the draw. Club Brugge or Galatasaray, Van Aken and Stankovic or Osimhen, Icardi. I close the poll that started I leave it. I still leave it for a few seconds. You can still vote. Club Brugge or Galatasaray. It's the moment, ragazzi, to vote. Who do you think, not who do you want, who do you think will be the opponent of Juve? It's the moment to vote. In the meanwhile, I am a bit late because I was on another live. I will enter also here to be able to pin your comments because I know that a lot of people are here together with me to follow the draw and to understand. And then, of course, we speak a bit about Mercato because Mercato is crazy, because Mercato is totally crazy with 4 days to go. Let's see what Damien Comolli will bring to Juve, or if he will decide to go for nobody, which is also an option. So someone or no one. We are in the hands of Damien Comolli, that since yesterday evening is the only one that can decide if someone join. It will be Colomwani. Will it be John Duran? Will it be Mateta? Will it be someone else? Will it be nobody? We will speak about that, of course, giving you a maxi update about Mercato a bit later. But of course, now everything is focused on Club Brugge or on Galatasaray, because the draw will start in a second. At the moment, they are showing us all the beautiful recap of the latest group stages that was played until 2 days ago. Now we know that we already have a path, and that path is Club Brugge or Galatasaray to start, and then possibly Liverpool or Tottenham. Colomwani will probably stay at Tottenham, and we know that if we go and play against Tottenham, that he will, of course, obviously, score il gol dell'ex. But this is absolutely not a secret. So can we start maybe saying hello to all the people in the chat? Noigash, AC Milan agreed, 30 million Mantata. We'll speak about that after the draw, but yes, because I see already the guy that is there. Saraz, can we check who Brugge or Galatasaray play in Champions League this season? I have a feeling Brugge did better than Galatasaray. I agree. Even if Galatasaray, if I'm not wrong, they have beaten Liverpool 1-0, but we need to come back on that. From the moment that we understand who will be our opponent, we'll go into details. I agree with that. Immediately a donation from Massimo Pegoli that started the morning with a coffee and with Beppe. No, it's actually the evening in Australia. I'm feeling that we will get through this round, sign Colomwani, and then he will score against Tottenham. Guys, I have bad news. I have bad news regarding that, but sometimes bad news are part of the game as well. Huh? Bad news are part of the game as well. I don't think that Colomwani will join Juve, unfortunately. Why can't I see here? Here. Okay. So at least we are aligned. We also have here the site of UEFA. So sorry for that intro. It's a abrupt intro because I was late. No mercato for us, guys, is the message from Westerman. Buonasera, Forza Juve, Forza Sinner, that is playing in simultaneously. Beppe, where did the live started? What do you mean, where did the live started? Juventus, attenzione, because they are already showing Juve. I have no idea. They are showing us the highlights of Juve with, of course, the goal of Kenan Yildiz against Dortmund, because Juve finished 13. If you want to see the tables, of course, we can go. Juventus finishing 13, which is 7 positions more than last year, where we were 20th. We were in the bottom part of the table for the playoffs. Now we are in the upper part of the playoffs. Did we do better? Yeah. In theory, because we had 1 point more. 12 points last year, 13 points this year. Last season, we played against PSV with the home game in the Allianz Stadium, with the return game, and I remember well because I was there together with my son. In Eindhoven, we lost. And we were eliminated. Today, the things are changing because we play away with our opponent home. Galatasaray or Club Brugge that finished 19th, or and then the return game in our home, which is always a bit of a advantage, a bit better, because if potentially there are some extra times like happened last year, well, we play them in our home. You can still vote. At the moment it's quite a battle in the chat with what people think will be our opponent, with the Club Brugge and the Galatasaray that are fighting with each other. Only the draw will tell us, but I will close the poll right before we know. They are still presenting the teams, with Budapest the 23rd team to qualify, and then they will finish with Benfica, of course. I would not be surprised if they will show us the goal of Trubin as recap. Yeah, that's the goal that they decided to show us. The goal of Trubin in the latest minutes of the Champions League. So here we go, ragazzi. Knockout phase. Who do we play? Who do we play? At the moment, you can see the entire table here on the right side of your screen with Juve. You can go left, you can go right, like the thumbnail is showing us. I close the votes now. 54% of the people have chosen for Club Brugge. Will it be like that? Will the chat be right or not? And then we speak about Mercato after, of course, analyzing our two opponents, the Turkish team Galatasaray or the Belgian team Club Brugge. Who do I want? I think it will be Galatasaray. I would love... No, love is a big word. I would choose Brugge all in all, because Galatasaray playing there is difficult for our team, I tell you. Brugge is solid. Brugge is a team. They are playing as a team. Galatasaray is some individuals. Osimhen, Icardi, two ex-players of Luciano Spalletti. But playing there is tough. It's really tough. You need some big nerves. I'm scared about Brugge. You know what? I prefer Galatasaray. I tell it. Last minute, I said it before the draw. I prefer Galatasaray. But it will be Brugge. Of course. It will be the the one that I don't want. Conte Berengario is saying, I prefer Galatasaray as well. There is a reason they say welcome to Helen Galatasaray. It's true. The stadium is una bolgia. It's hot. Reverse card. Yeah, last minute I've changed my opinion. Will you go there if Bruges? I will try. Yeah. I didn't go for the 0-0 because I really don't like the stadium, because it's ugly. But this time, yeah, I think I will. If we go there. Ciao Beppe, how are you doing? Hope everything is well. Yeah, and the family as well. And today we are all in home office. I'm working from the computer. Geraldine is working on the computer. My son is doing school from home as well today. So we are all at home. Ciao. I need to go to bed soon. Was up all night with newborn. Ragazzi, congratulations again, Ale Juve. We are waiting for the draws. Inter is getting Northern Coffee and Milan are in talks for Mateta. No, it's not true. The name of Inter popped up for Northern Coffee, but they are not getting Northern Coffee at the moment. And Milan are, yes, in talks with Mateta, but at the moment it means nothing. But we come back on Mercato after the draws. Yes and no. I will tell you also my opinion about that, because I have a strong opinion about the psychodrama that is happening online, because apparently we cannot play football anymore without Mateta. 99% of the people that hated Mateta, they didn't want him. They were saying that he was overrated and also overvalued in money. Today they are saying, Beppe, we need to have Mateta because Milan is having him. And now Juve is in the mud for Mateta. Guys, you need to take a side and you need to be consequent with what you are saying. Beppe, my manager is not in today. I'm watching you from work. Bravo, Ali. Hello to your manager that is also probably watching from home, and now he saw that you were watching Ali because you have your name in your nickname, and tomorrow you will be able to watch all the lives from Beppe from home. Hopefully not. Milan only if Nkunku is leaving is the answer from Westerman. Are we going to sign a player this winter? Let's speak about that later. I see Robert Pires, ex-Arsenal. I think he also played at Barcelona. He played in France. Where did he play? Did he play at Montpellier? I need to refresh my memory. Robert Pires. Let me check. I will tell you. Arsenal is for sure. He played at Stade Reims. Where my new boy Patrick Zabi is playing. Then he played at Metz, Marseille. So he didn't play at Montpellier. I knew there was something with the M. I thought Montpellier, it was Metz and Marseille. Then he went to Arsenal, Villarreal, Aston Villa, and then he went in India to 2 teams in India, retiring in 2015, 11 years ago. Robert Pires that is now speaking. I have no idea what he's saying because I'm reading you. I'm nervous. I tell you I'm nervous. Guys, if we are looking at the opponents that we could have faced, it was Monaco, Karabag, Brugge, Galatasaray, Budapest, Benfica, Dortmund, Olympiacos. I'm not sure if it went quite well for Juve. I tell you the truth. I am not sure. Honestly, I am not sure if it went well for Juve. Because, honestly, Monaco was a really trash team. Karabag, with all the respect. Budapest is tough. Benfica, we beat them, but it's always a danger. Dortmund as well. Olympiacos is easier. So, to me, Olympiacos, Karabag, Monaco are easier than Brugge and Galatasaray. Mid. Let's say it's mid. We could have faced Dortmund, would have been a total disaster. We could have faced Benfica. Playing in their stadium is always... Benfica, okay, we have beaten them once. We removed the curse. But I would not dare the devil. Okay? Calma. Let's see. Bruges, Tottenham, Liverpool, Tottenham. Later, Galatasaray, Liverpool, Bruges, Tottenham. I don't know. Let's see. Seeding pairings, they are explaining us the rules like I a bit told you, from the 9th until the 16th position against the 17th until the 24th position. 9 and 10 are playing against 17 or 18, 11 or 12 against 19 or 20, and so you go. Special format where they increase the games, where they increase the draws, where they increase the broadcasting, and we are following because we are increasing, of course, the lives. 6 a.m. In Canada. He just woke up, Nick, and he's saying, I want Galatasaray and Spurs. Attenzione, because we are getting there. Thank you for the donation, Nick. Attenzione. Because we are 13th. They start with 23-24. 23-24. No, they're still explaining the rules. We have to wait. Buongiorno, Mauri. Ciao, Alessio. When we will know the result? Well, the result you will know after the game are played. And the games are played 17-18 February and 24-25 February. You will have to wait a bit more, my friend. But the 17 is right before Como, right after Inter. And then the 24-25th is right after Como, before Roma. So also there, quite difficult because we go from Inter, Champions League, Como, Champions League, Roma. It will be extremely tough. That's also why I hope that 2 players still could join Juve, even if I'm really doubting it. So I said I prefer Galatasaray. I think it will be Brugge at the end. Let's see. Let's see. I'm hearing the Champions League music, so it means that we are getting closer. Ciao, Beppe, how are you? You feel good draw for the... you never know. You never know. You really never know. Last year, a lot of people said, PSV, it's easy. And I said, I know my boys, unfortunately. I know my boys. You never know. You can play Real Madrid and you win. You can play PSV and you go out. Like you can play Lyon. Like you can play Ajax. Like you can play Porto. Yeah, you can play Villarreal. Unfortunately, we all know. Unfortunately, I know. So maximum of like, if you didn't yet, at the moment as we speak. No, before the live started, we were 41,568 Juventini of the world. Honestly, I didn't check anymore where we are now. Let me check how much Juventini of the world we are together. I need to check. We are with exactly, just to know, because we are getting closer and closer and closer to the possibility of filling the new capacity of the Allianz Stadium. We are at the moment as we speak 41,561, waiting for the pairings. Waiting for the pairings. Tomorrow, Luciano Spalletti will speak quite early. He will speak at noon, so the same time as today. He will speak tomorrow to present Parma Juventus. Attention, because Robert Pires is putting the hand. Robert Pires that is probably still hating that Thierry Henry didn't receive the Ballon d'Or, but it was Pavel Nedved in 2003. Benfica, attenzione, attenzione. Benfica is the first. I have absolutely no idea what this means. But we will understand against who Benfica will play. It could be against Inter. It could be potentially against Inter. They can play against or Real Madrid again or Inter. This time in a double game. Mourinho, Kivu or... And now they go with Budapest. But I don't care. They are showing a path. Okay. No, because, yeah, indeed. It's still the opponent of Real Madrid or Inter. Who do you think, guys? Inter, Budapest or Inter, Real Madrid? This is what we will discover together. So I think now they will show us... So what we know is Budapest goes in the upper part. Okay. So in the upper part, we have Benfica. We have Monaco. In the lower part, we have, I show you, we have Budapest. At the moment, we don't know yet what it means, but it will be important for the future. Karabakh is in the bottom part as well. So it's the blue path. You have or the silver path or the blue path. In the silver path, Monaco, Benfica. In the blue path, Karabakh and Budapest. I know that at the moment it's not telling you a lot. Attenzione. Oh! Merci, mon amour. The T. That, oh, she brought it before Juve has been drawn. So that means that she forgot the spoon, but it's okay. Club Brugge goes. The T in the Disney Cup, yeah. Attenzione. Club Brugge is the blue path. So if we play against Brugge, we are in the blue path. If we play against Galatasaray, we go in the silver path. So it's or blue or silver path. Brugge, blue path. Galatasaray, silver path. Tell me now, I want a maximum of silver or blue path. Which You don't know yet, huh? But which one is the one that you prefer? Blue or silver? Blue or silver? I see blue. So against Brugge, that's the blue path for 404. Blue, 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 blue. Ah, some silver. Blue, blue, a lot of blue, huh? A lot of because now it's easy, because now you know that we are playing against Brugge. That means that you want Brugge. So now they will go from 15-16. 15 that will play against 17-18. 15-16. Atalanta. Atalanta Dortmund. Attenzione! Atalanta Dortmund. Which means Leverkusen Olympiacos. Atalanta Dortmund. Atalanta is going in the silver path. Silver path for Atalanta. Attenzione. Juventus is playing in the silver path of again Galatasaray. Juventus Galatasaray. We don't go in Belgium, we going to go in Bruges. We go in Istanbul. Ooh la 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 la. Damien Comoli, Giorgio Chiellini are there. Juventus Galatasaray. First game, Galatasaray, Juve. Second game, Juve, Galatasaray. I told you earlier. Galatasaray, it will be. Galatasaray, it will be as predicted. And indeed, the face of Comoli says it all. He preferred Bruges. Ooh la 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 la. We go in the stadium. Welcome to hell. On the 17th or 18th of February, before Como, after Inter. Attenzione. So it's San Siro, Galatasaray Stadium in Istanbul, and then Juventus Allianz Stadium before. Again, Juventus Allianz Stadium, and then oh la 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 la. Silver path for Juve. Monaco, Paris Saint-Germain. We already have a derby. Monaco PSG, Galatasaray Juve, Dortmund Atalanta. We already have Olympiacos Leverkusen, Club Brugge Atletico Madrid, Karabakh Newcastle. Oh mon Dieu. Oh my God, I don't know how to react. I don't know how to react. Oh la 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 la. Guys, feelings. I don't feel well. Honestly, I don't feel well. I couldn't choose between both of them, but now that I see Galatasaray official on paper, I feel stressed. I really feel stressed. Oh no. Budapest Inter. Benfica Real Madrid again. Oh, Monaco PSG. So we already have the first games, guys. And then now we understand that silver path, if it will be Liverpool or Tottenham, or and then understanding if it will be Barcelona or Chelsea, if it will be Sporting City or Arsenal Bayern. We will try to understand all of that together. I tell you already, the first game, Monaco Paris Saint-Germain, Galatasaray, Juve, Benfica, Real Madrid, Dortmund, Atalanta, Karabakh, Newcastle, Club Brugge, Atletico Madrid, Budapest, Inter, Olympiacos, Leverkusen. I tell you that at the moment, the blue path is ridiculous if we are watching the silver path. Because in the silver path, we already know that Atalanta, Dortmund is both of them difficult. Real Madrid, Benfica is difficult. PSG is there as well. So we have at the moment the most difficult path. Only Chelsea, Tottenham, Sporting, because in that silver path there is also Arsenal or Bayern. Ragazzi, I tell you already now, the silver path is horror show. Look at this team. No, but there is no balance. The blue path is the easiest way at the moment as we speak. This is problematic. This is problematic. This is really, really problematic. Look at the silver. I don't know if you get it or not, but whatever happens, if we go through, we play or Liverpool or Tottenham. So let's hope for a good news. Good, you never know. But and then it's PSG, Barcelona, Chelsea. One of them. Here. And then it's one between Benfica, Real Madrid, Sporting City, Dortmund, Atalanta, Arsenal, Bayern. Mamma mia. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's really difficult. It's really difficult. Hey, Inter, they went with Karabakh, Newcastle, Atletico Madrid, Budapest, Brugge, Olympiacos, Leverkusen. Dai, attenzione. Nah, we will see. Today, now I cannot predict who will play against Juve in the final because we need to understand who goes in the blue or the silver path. Oh, it's over or they will show us? And no, Yorio, we cannot think like that. We need already to plan everything to the final. One game at a time. No. Because when we think like that, one game at a time, then we are out. Let's think big immediately. That's not wrong. That's not wrong. Maybe better to have the difficult road. The silver path. Then, ragazzi. I will tell you what. What color is the Champions League Cup? Tell me the trophy, what color it is. What is the trophy color? Is it blue or is it silver? It's silver. We are already in a good path. Silver. We are in the good path. We will win the Champions League. It's written in the silver path. I tell you that the one that will win the Champions League is between these teams here. These teams here, they have absolutely no chance to win it. I already tell you. Silver path, we win the Champions League. Silver path, road to Budapest. Andiamo a Budapest, road to Budapest. But what are they showing me the ads? Is it over or they will continue to show me the rest? Ragazzi, is it over or they come back? It's over. It's over. And when will we know then the rest? What do you mean it's over? But we don't know. We don't know if it's Liverpool or Tottenham. After the playoffs only. Again, another draw. I thought it was today. Let them cook. What are they cooking? I was waiting for today. Seriously, guys, because I see a lot of answers here. What is the right answer? Again, another draw. Oh. Of course, because they need to understand who go through to manipulate a bit. Would be too easy. Would be too easy to do it now. I was waiting for they are really milking it, huh? They are really milking it. I was sure that we would already know if Barcelona, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham, and whatever, they would already have been in the blue or the silver path. So at least you can already start planning. Like this, it makes totally no sense. The only thing that you know now, today, is that 1, you play against Galatasaray, and 2, that potentially, if you go through, not immediately, but if you go even more through, you could face one between PSG, Real Madrid, Dortmund, Atalanta, Benfica, or Monaco. We can say that we are sure to avoid until the final Karabakh, Newcastle, Club Brugge, Atletico Madrid, Bode Glimt, Inter, Olympiacos, and Leverkusen. The only good thing here is that we don't play against Inter until the final of Champions League. So there will not be Inter, Juve, Inter in Champions League, if not in the final on the 30th of May in Budapest. This is what we know. That's what we know, for sure. I don't know when is the next draw. We will wait. Probably then, if it's always on Friday, probably the 27th of February. Okay. Okay, it is what it is. It's a bit annoying. I tell you the truth, it's annoying. Because I wanted to make it an entire episode together with you. Like, okay, if we beat this, we go there, then we have the possibility. Now we have to wait. I close the television then, if... what can I tell you? Okay, Galatasaray it is. I have good news for you. We don't stop the live yet. But we will try to go inside. You want to go with results, guys? Okay. Tell me in the chat. Monaco, PSG, who go through? Who goes through between Monaco and PSG? There is no doubt, right? Okay, that was an easy one. I will not do Galatasaray Juve. Who goes through? Benfica, Real Madrid. Don't forget, it's 2 games. First they play in Lisbon, then they play in Madrid. Benfica, Real Madrid. Who goes through? Real. LJJ is going with Benfica. Benfica for the memes. I go with PSG and I go with Real Madrid. Difficult one. Dortmund, Atalanta. On paper, probably the most balanced yet. Atalanta for Batirtan. Dortmund, Benfica. Yeah, but you're late, my friend. Dortmund, Atalanta, Dortmund, Dortmund, no doubt for Ash. Benfica again, Atalanta, Dortmund, and it's not even close. I go with Atalanta. Let me write. Is there someone that has a book so that he can blame me when... So I said PSG goes through. I said Real Madrid goes through. I said Atalanta goes through. For the blue path, Karabakh, Newcastle. I let first you decide. Newcastle. Yeah, I agree with you guys. That was also Newcastle. Okay. Bruges Atletico Madrid. Bruges Atletico Madrid. Who goes through? Yorio is going with an unpopular. Club Bruges Atletico. Club Brugge, Atletico, Club. Hey, there is more Bruges than I thought, because this is what I think as well. Club Brugge for me. Yeah, I agree. And then Yorio, you wanted to anticipate everyone. Bodø/Glimt or Inter? Attenzione. Yorio goes with Bodø. Serraz, Bodø. Bruno is saying, I hope. No, you don't need to hope. You need to tell me. Bodø, 100%. Bodø, but guys, you're really fans of football. Eh? You are haters. Guys, if there is one thing that Inter did well this season, what was it, guys? It was beating, on paper, smaller teams. I say Inter. Olympiacos Leverkusen. Attenzione, that's a difficult one. Yorio is going with Olympiacos. Bodø is same as Inter. Leverkusen. Leverkusen. Olympiacos. Leverkusen. A lot of Olympiacos now. Leverkusen. It's a tough one. Huh? This one is a tough one. I must say that I didn't really check how Olympiacos did this season, so it will be just on names. On names, I would say Leverkusen, but I go with the Follia. Olympiacos. Okay. So I have PSG, Real Madrid, Atalanta, Newcastle, Club Brugge, Inter, Olympiacos. That's my vote. So I told you, I will not leave you alone. I wanted to show you this. Not the front page of La Gazzetta, because who cares? I know it's, by the way, it's Tutto Sport that I wanted to show you. Not Gazzetta. Tutto Sport. Guys, tell me how satisfied you are in terms of percentage to be 1 against Galatasaray, 2 in the silver path. In percentage, how satisfied are you? Ayla is 100% satisfied. 30% blue, 70% silver. Yeah, but that doesn't mean nothing. 50%. 35% happy, very hard. Yeah, I think as well it's hard. It's hard. The silver puff is hard. If we get a striker, 99%. We will go towards Mercato in a second. Let me first tell you this. So it was Juve Champions Derby between the Bomber ex-Inter, Mauro Icardi, Bomber ex-Napoli, Osimhen, 2 players that played under Spalletti. He knows them really, really well. Or it was Bruges with the ex-Stankovic, but we don't care anymore about Bruges because we cannot face them anymore until the final. Chakir, Salal, Sanchez, Bardakci, Jacobs, Torreira, Lemina, ex-Juve Lemina, Yilmaz, Gundogan, Is he playing there? Is Gundogan playing with Galatasaray? Mano Sané? Osimhen. You will see that these 3-4 days will be, of course, between the 17th and 18th. Oh! Guys, it's at the moment it's not snowing. I'm scared. Okay, I will come back on the way when I needed to check to feel. At the moment it's okay. Mezzo, Galatasaray is a bad draw. Their stadium is a fortress. Icardi always scores against Juve, and Osimhen is a top 3 striker. Everything that you write is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct, unfortunately. So, if we go back to here, what I see, the defense is shaky. Okay? The midfield is a midfield of fight. That's the reality. It's a midfield of fight. And then they go with the old but experienced. Who are they playing? That's important. I'm curious who they play between Juve and Juve. So, fixtures. They play. What is this game here? They are playing again Eyüpspor. Who's that team? They just invented a team. It doesn't exist. Never heard about Eyüpspor. And then, so before Juve, they play in their home Eyüpspor. Then they play in their home against Juve. Then they play against Konyaspor. Never heard. And then they play against Juve. in the Allianz Stadium. Before Alanyaspor, that I heard already. Ale, dai. Are playing against inexisting teams. Eyüpspor, Konyaspor. Let's see the table. I'm curious now. I'm really curious. Galatasaray, Turkish League, Super League. Let's show me. Super League. Eyüpspor. Bayadai. It's 16th team. And Konyaspor is 13th team. They are playing against nobody. Voila. Easy games. Before and after Juve. I knew it, huh? Look, I told you, huh? Shaky defense. Fighting midfield. Old but qualitative offensive players there with Yilmaz, Gundogan, Sané, and then you have Il Bomber. Osimhen. Oh, it will be a hell. The home stadium of Galatasaray, officially known as Ali Sami Yenspor Complexi Ramspark. Just make it easy, eh? Guys, calma. Ramspark, 54,000 seats. Will be tough, huh? Will be tough. They go crazy there. Huh? We don't have the balls for that. Yildiz is a Fenerbahce fan, right? They signed Noah Lang. It's true. Singo. Zormaç aşkının içinde jor olacak. I can do the accent of Turkish, but I have absolutely no idea what it is, but I think it's good, no? Zormaç olacak. Kının içinde jor olacak. No idea what you mean. I hope it's good. Can someone translate, please? I still have you song clipped from Tarkan. We have the song of Tarkan, you see? Yeah, of course they can. Yeah, they can. They couldn't play the last 2 games of January, but now they can. You remember last year, Colomoni played against PSV. Yeah, they can. For the playoffs, they can. Esperador or Esperdaher. Time for revenge. We didn't forget 13-14. The good news is it's not Antonio Conte anymore on the bench. And that's already a really great news for the people that are a bit in the unknown. This is how we were forced to play. So the game was postponed by 1 day, huh? But look at the field. Die. It was a real disaster in that snow with the goal of Wesley Sneijder. It's time for revenge, indeed. Look at how we played. It was a disaster. A real disaster. A shame. Shame for the world of football. Only Juve were obliged to play in these kind of things. I give you also, guys, the result against Galatasaray in all competition. We played 6 times against them. I will make you happy, guys. We played 6 times against Galatasaray. The very first time was in 98. The result was a 2-2. Then we played a return game, still in 98, with a 1-1. In 2003, again, group stages, we won 2-1 in our home. We lost 2-0 in their home. And then we played in October 13, Juventus Galatasaray 2-2, Galatasaray Juve 1-0. We only have beaten them once, 2-1, and then for the return game, they have beaten us 2-0. It was in the group stages of 2003, where then we moved forward. But in 98 group stages, goals of Pippo Inzaghi, Hakan Şükür, and then Birindelli after the goal of Umit. The return game 1-1, goals of Amoruso before at the 93rd minute in their home, SWAT. In 2003, home game, Del Piero, Hakan Şükür, Del Piero. Return game, where we lose 2-0, Hakan Şükür. The good news is Hakan Şükür is not there anymore. He retired. 2013, 2-2 in our home, Drogba, Vidal on a penalty, Quagliarella at the 87th minute, and then Umut Bulut at the 88th minute. So they never give up. They never give up. Galatasaray Juve, Wesley Sneijder at the 85th minute under the snow. So we don't have a beautiful record. The record is 1 win, 3 draws, 2 losses. Disastro. Thank you, Solsi. Thank you for the donation. We have Inter, Como, and Roma in between. Yeah. It's Inter, Galatasaray in Istanbul, Como in our home, Galatasaray in our home, Roma. 1502 Inter. No, it will not be in the 1502. Probably I tell you already. Write it down for the people that are here. Don't book something to do on Friday the 13th. I believe that Juventus or Inter Juve will be played on Friday the 13th. Has not been communicated yet, but please write it down if you trust me. Inter Juve will be played probably on Friday the 13th, so that we avoid Sin Valentino. No, but it's easy. Because Juve and Atalanta, they will play in the silver path. Inter will play in the blue path, so they will not play the same day. Okay, so they will play. One will play the Tuesday, one will play the Wednesday, and because of that, the game will be anticipated to Friday the 13th. It's not official, but it's a logic. So it will be the 13th, Inter Juve. Then it depends. It will be the 17th or the 18th against Galatasaray, and then Como. Thank you, Gio. Ragazzi, that was it for the Champions League. A few words about Mercato, if you want. Do we switch about Mercato? You want Mercato? Yes. You want to see who they played in the 8 games, Galatasaray? Yeah. And then we can switch towards Mercato. Good one. Galatasaray. Oh, but yesterday I was able to select the competition that they were playing it. Statistic, players. I want to see only. Wait, maybe I need to make it smaller to be able to do that. Voila. Matches. Indeed. Results. Champions League. Okay. They played. Mamma mia. They started against Frankfurt, where they lost 5-1. Totally destroyed. Don't forget, it's not home and away. Then they played Liverpool, where they have beaten Liverpool in their home. You see the difference when they play at home, ragazzi. Galatasaray, Budapest, they were also able to beat Budapest. Galatasaray, they lost against... they won against Ajax 3-0. They lost against Union Saint-Gilloise. They lost against Monaco. They drew against Atletico Madrid. And they lost against Galatasaray. But something is calling. Someone is calling, guys. Gianluca Di Marcio is telling us that Juventus. Attenzione, attenzione! As soon as we heard that we are playing against Osimhen, Icardi, Comoli and Chiellini that are there in Nyon, in Switzerland, they took their phone and they said, find me a striker. We tried for Colomoni, but they don't want. We tried for Mateta, they don't want. We tried for John Duran. We tried for En-Nesyri. Find me a name! Comoli. And apparently, Gianluca Di Matteo is reporting that Juventus asked for information for Guesson from Aston Villa. We are competing with Crystal Palace for the player. Guys, I tell you the truth, I have absolutely no idea who this guy is. I just tell you one thing. The last time that we signed a player from Aston Villa, it didn't go really well. Because it was Douglas Luiz. So, no, die. Who is this guy? Guesson, I don't know who is he. Evan Guesson. Who is he from? He's born in France, so Guesson. Evan Guesson, 24. He's a right winger. He's not even a striker. What are we speaking about? Bring me a striker. What are we doing? Comoli! It makes no sense. Look at the head. I'm scared. Guys, this guy is sleepy with one eye. He's scaring me. No. I'm someone that is agreeing and accepting a lot of things, but look at his head. He's sleeping with the left eye. It's not a good sign. Or maybe he's already, like this. He's already trying to... You're laughing in the chat, but this is not the guys. Who is this guy? Look, position right winger. We have already Jegrova. We have Conceição. We have McKennie. We even have Kostic that can play there. Why are we looking for a player like that? Yes, he can play also as a center. It's not even his position. He come from Nice. Well, with Nice, it's not that we made I don't know what kind of deals. Todibo, he never arrived. You remember? Thuram is okay. But who is that player again? Who is he? Why? It's not even a player. 13 games, 0 goals. Europa League, 2 goals against who? Cacao Cup, 0 goals. No. No, Ale, dai, Di Marzio, or you say it's real news, or you stop immediately. No, because I cannot tolerate this. I cannot tolerate this. I think that Di Marzio is playing with my feelings. He's trying to fool me and millions of Juventini that are now connected, because we are at the moment with 3,380 Juventini live on this channel, watching the latest news. No, die. Yeah, he's trolling. It cannot be. It cannot be Guesson. With all the respect, it cannot be Guesson. No, I don't believe it. I don't want to believe it. No. Yeah, but about Mateta, I don't care. I tell you the truth. Mateta, I don't care. I see people in total hysteria. We knew, Mateta, we said, we have no money, guys. So, for Mateta, it's a loan with an option. If you really want for Mateta an obligation at certain difficult conditions, okay? They didn't want. Milan could possibly put money on the table, 30 million cash immediately they bring the player. Now I tell you, when I was speaking about Mateta, people said Beppe, overpriced, overrated, it's not the player for a long term. Indeed, he's already 29 nearly, so we need to be consequent. I don't care that Mateta goes to Milan, honestly, honestly I don't care. Now, then I prefer to take for 4 months Karim the Dream than that. Guys, you want Colomwani? The reality is that Paris Saint-Germain has no intention to give it to Juve. At the moment, it's not at 0%. But Tottenham, I can guarantee you that. They even said, okay, let's give him back. If really the player wants to go, and the player would love to come back to Juve, confirmed by Alfredo Pedula, by everyone, the player really is pushing to come back. Tottenham said, yeah, if he doesn't want, let him go. Who cares? We already have 2 players that we can sign immediately. Now they are trying to tell us that because of that goal, this Champions League, the coach Thomas Frank wants to keep him. Ragazzi, it's not true. It is not true. It's one problem. Paris Saint-Germain, they say, let him stay there, because if we go with Juve, that means that Juve, they can't put an obligation to buy, because that's the problem. That's the problem of today. We cannot put an obligation to buy. And we go again in the same cinema as last summer. We have no intention to do that. Juve, they have no intention to go with a easy obligation to buy. And Paris Saint-Germain said, no. Juve said, I told you, yesterday would have been decisive for Colomwani. It was decisive, unfortunately not in a good way. Beppe, is Dusan Vlahovic dead to us? Attenzione! Ali, sometimes life is about smelling what is happening. Sometimes life is about logical thinking, mathematics. 1 + 1 is 2. A lot of people were reporting that Milan already found the agreement with Dusan and that he would have gone there. Allegri, Iglitare, Vlahovic, Ristic. Was a done deal. Ragazzi miei, if Milan, that took momentarily Fulkrug, but is now about to take Mateta, what does that mean by consequence? That Milan is not in the race for Dusan Vlahovic. And who loves these free agent players. I tell you, building around, no inside information, no confirmation, but I would not be surprised if Dusan has already advanced talks with Beppone. That is a kind of pre-agreement, not an agreement, and that Juve knows, and Juve said, you know what, out of project. He comes, let's see where we are. Is it dead to us? No, but. In extreme case, we could, but. Michele, bellissimo ascoltarti in inglese, sono abituato a mezzogiorno mercato. Allora, Michele, quando parlo in inglese cambia la mia voce? Puoi confermarlo o no? Sono molto curioso. I'm asking to Michele if my voice is changing when I'm speaking English rather than Italian. Because Michele is listening to me to Mezzogiorno Mercato while here I'm speaking English. Put a maximum of likes, is Michele asking. They have 4 better strikers. I don't know about the better. I just tell you they have 4 strikers today. In the summer. Cambia assolutamente. Hai visto? Lo sapevo. Today they have 4 strikers. Tomorrow. What about Pio Pio? What about Marcus Thuram? For Boni and Lautaro, I think they stay. Will Dutch, per me è uguale. Is there any update on any transfer? We just read one that Juve apparently, according to Di Marzio, would be looking for Guesson from Aston Villa. That is, to me, not even a striker. Like, for example, the voice of Zirkzee. To me, it's not a striker. If we go into today's Gazzetta and to Sport, what are they telling us? Gazzetta is telling us, for Juve, let's go to Juve. We always need to scroll far to find Juve. They are telling us, maybe that's a good news. They are telling us there is Weston in the future. Renewal 2028. Apparently, and that's a good news, Weston McKennie would be happy with the proposal received from his agent, Corey Gibbs. Because there were talks with Corey Gibbs between 4 and 4.5 million. They are just discussing about the bonus to the signatures, because don't forget, he is a player that is on a free. So it's actually a new player that you are signing. So they are expecting a bonus at the signature. But he would be happy with 4.5 until 28. Max 29, that's written here, between 28 and 29, but in big they are saying 28 would be, how old is he today? 27. For 4.5 million euro with a bonus at the signature. I can tell you, it's true, Weston McKennie received other offers. Higher offers. He received offers from Roma with Gasperini. He received interest from the Premier League. He received interest from Milan. So there are a lot. And that's a first news about Mercato keeping him. Yesterday, during the live, during Giants GJustjuve, you heard Kenan Yildiz is close to sign. which is another good news. Let me check now. We have a new member, Kenan08080. Grande, welcome to the membership, Kenan. That is not only becoming a member, but also giving 5 membership. Grande Kenan, that was writing a bit earlier to me in Turkish. I understood 0, but I was happy, and I think, looking at it, that it's a good sign. No, we are going from 41,569 to 41,574 Juventini of the world on the Channel 5 membership offered by Kenan and El Mustachero. What a fantastic, beautiful nickname. La Mustache. The Mustache, El Mustachero, that became a member of the channel as well. Grande ragazzi, thank you guys. So Weston McKennie is one of the good news. Maximum of happiness or sadness for that news before we go towards the other news. Maximum of likes or not. Weston McKennie to Juve. Not official yet, but big chances for him to stay until 2028 with an increased salary from 3 million euro, what he has today, to 4.5 with a small bonus to the signature. Weston McKennie decides to stay. And if we read the title where it's written Spalletti sorride, means he's smiling because Spalletti would also have that intention to continue with Juve. Good news, Texas boy, great! Ciao Juve, ciao Steph. How did the sorteggio go, Beppe? We spoke about it. Galatasaray, silver bracket, silver path. We need to extend this contract ASAP. They are working on it, and apparently they are going a step closer to the demands of Weston McKennie, also to tell him, you did well, you are appreciated by Spalletti. We didn't do it earlier, maybe we should have done it. Mea culpa, let's find an agreement. I tell you, it's a good news because Weston had other offers, higher offers, and he would love to stay at Juve. And that's a first news. Then, you want to know about the rest? Give me 5 minutes. I take a break. 5 minutes. And I come back here for the rest of the Mercato. Rest of Mercato here. 50 minutes, boom, boom. 50 minutes, boom, boom. All your questions, answers about Mercato. Also, of course, trying to keep up with the latest news. I give you the latest news, that is this one. In the meanwhile, hold on, soldiers. I come back in 5 minutes. No, not even. 3 minutes. I'm back. We are back. We are back. Chiellini spoke. That's what I tell you. Chiellini spoke. What did he say about Galatasaray, but also about Mercato? About Galatasaray, he said, Galatasaray is a strong team with huge, big individualities, not only Osimhen, but also in other zones of the field. It's a historical club that we must respect for their qualities. It will be a big test for us to understand our improvements. From Bologna, we are growing. But now, there is Serie A against Parma, then Coppa Italia against Atalanta, and then Champions League. We'll have some interesting weeks ahead. And then he continues with Mercato. At the moment, no news. But there are still 3 days to go. Mercato, at the moment, no news, but there are still 3 days to go. And now the big question. We already made the poll, and I will do it again. Will Juventus sign 0 players? I repeat, Mercato is ending on the 2nd of February at 8 p.m. Italian time. So we have the rest of today to work. We have tomorrow, Saturday. We have Sunday, the 1st, and then Monday until 8 p.m. Italian time. Will Juventus sign 0 players, 1 player, 2 players, or 0 players? Imperial goes in total frustration mode. Where is our striker? Seriously, where is our striker? That's a question that millions of Juventini around the world are asking themselves. Where is our striker? If 2 days ago the poll was going to, we will sign players, a player or some players, Juventini were still believing, Juventini were still dreaming. Today we go towards another scenario. Juventini are not dreaming anymore. The dream to sign a player, to reinforce the team, in these days is apparently gone with the first results of the poll. You still have time to vote, guys. You still have time to vote now. While Fabrizio Romano is telling us that Jonas Rui is set to leave and join Carrarese on a loan deal. Jonas Rui on loan to Carrarese, Serie B, if I'm not wrong. While Pedro Felipe on loan to Sassuolo. Exit, yes, at the moment. Entry, no. And I know that people go crazy. Kader Meite to Al Hilal. Lukman, Fenerbahce. Zichenko, Ajax. Disasi, West Ham. Fermin Lopez continues with Barcelona. Daryl Bacola, Sassuolo. Swansea is going for Leo Walta. I know, Gianluca Di Marzio. Milan is pushing for Mateta. They want to have him immediately. Only after they understand if Kunku will leave or not. Inter is continuing to work for Diaby, but they need the agreement from PIF, Fund of Investment. Is it the first time in a winter session where we have 0 signings? Last season we signed a few players. Colomoni, Renato Vega, Lloyd Kelly. The season before, Alcaraz, by heart, Alcaraz, Jalot. The season before, who did we sign in the winter? Ooh. Maybe in 22-23. I'm just trying to think, yeah? I'm trying to think. Juventus. Let's see. All transfers. No. Can we filter? I would love to filter. Arrivals: Bremer, Chiesa, Cambiaso, Kostic, Paredes, Milik, Di Maria, Pogba, Barrenechea, Miretti, Sule. They were all players from summer, right? So nobody arrived there in the winter. No? Here. Transfer date, winter transfers only. Junior from Next Gen. Yeah, that's maybe Pellegrini came back. End of loan, 30th of January. Came back from loan from Frankfurt. But did he play with us? Or did he go... I think he came and he stayed. I need to check. In season 22-23, he didn't play a single game with us, so no. In 22-23, we didn't sign anybody. But he didn't play that season. Stats all season. 22-23. You see, Frankfurt, and then he went immediately to Lazio. Yeah, he was at Frankfurt, you see, until January, and then boom, he went to Lazio for the remaining part. So 22-23 is the season where we didn't sign any player. Attenzione, Kenan. Grazie, Kenan. Juventus management doesn't want to spend money on transfer. Hopefully they won't send Kenan to another team in the summer. No, so I have good news about that. Papers are reporting it. Yesterday we spoke about it. Kenan Yildiz is about to accept offer from Juve. It's a €6 million deal until 2031. Parts agreed on nearly everything. The latest doubts have been pushed away. So Kenan Juve is something that will continue. So on that one, of course, we need to wait for official news. But on that one, we are quite okay. Zakaria and Vlahovic were in 21-22. Not in 22-23. Then, it's true that we don't want to spend money on transfers in the winter, except if we are really convinced, and at the moment there is not really players that we are really 100% convinced on for a long term. That has been said multiple times. We are looking for players that can arrive on an option to buy. Guys, I tell you, of course, if you don't bring anybody, you have one. Image-wise, it's not beautiful. Let's be honest. From an image point of view, it's not beautiful. After a few players, chasing them, traveling to, discussing, would not be a beautiful one. I tell you honestly, would not be a beautiful one. That's one. Two, you don't sign anybody. We saw the calendar of Juve. You arrive at the end of February with the team that we have. You will be on your knees. And all that you have built, all that you... people will have no breath. No physical condition anymore. And you can possibly throw away everything that you did. Look at Inter last season with a team that was much more complete than Juve is today. They arrived at the end of every competition dead. They threw away the Scudetto, the Coppa Italia. They were already throwing away the Supercoppa before. And then at the end, the Champions League. And how did they lose? How did they lose? A 5-0, huge one. They were dead. I don't expect Juve to go all in all competitions, Champions League, Coppa Italia, Serie A. So there will be a Juve that will, at a certain moment, kicked out of somewhere. In Serie A, we are not competing for the Scudetto, but we are competing for top 2, top 3, top 4 at the moment, which is the same. Because if you're second, if you're third, or if you're fourth, at the end, what do you win? It's qualification to Champions League, nothing else. And a bit more money. But that's what we are competing for, second, third, or fourth spot. So I don't believe that we will go there, but I tell you that we saw it also against Monaco. We have 11 players that are starting, and then you have a player that can potentially sub in for another plug and play, but one at the time. Don't dare to change too much, because we saw it against Monaco. We don't have the strength to do it. So, no, I don't think that Kenan will leave. I agree with you that we don't want to spend money. Then the danger is, of course, you don't sign anybody and then you regret it. Because you said, if only we had that striker that could have scored against Cagliari. If only we had someone that could have rested Kalulu before he's really obliged to raise that white flag. That's the biggest fear. I close the vote now. Juventini stopped dreaming, because 52% of the Juventini said 0 signings, Beppe. 26 said 1. 18 said 2. So only 26 believe that we will have 1. If you are adding up everything, 48% still believe something can happen, but the majority, 52%, say no, Beppe, nobody will arrive. Then there is always that debate. The debate is chasing and signing for signing, or we stay like that because it's better like that. Big debate, big question. I don't know. Oh, also in 2016 we didn't sign anybody. Thank you for the stat. Optaraz. Too many links for a long time and nobody comes, so fate is low. About the too many links and for a long time, I must say that in the beginning part of January we didn't hear anything. Then it started to accelerate with some names, especially from the moment that Spalletti came out with, I want a striker, I want a striker, I want a striker, and that's where it accelerated. Then too many links. It's because we are also in social media era. I can guarantee you that if this would have happened 10 years ago, in 2016, probably you would have heard about 2-3 names. That's it. Not all the names that we heard, because some names would have been, on the bottom of an article with nobody even paying attention for it. So that's also what you need to take. Like Roma has been linked with a lot of players, like Inter, like Milan. If you are really honest, Milan, they are looking for a defender since before the Mercato. How many defenders joined Milan today? 0. How many players joined Milan today? 1. Fulkrug. That I like, I told you, but considered by a lot of people like, what are we doing? So if you're looking at Inter, they were looking for a right back to replace Dumfries, no? But they have the media on their side, because look at how Gazzetta dello Sport is opening today. That's the big, huge difference between Juve and Inter. Inter has the media with them, with the papers, that is then filtering, cascading down to social media, to the people. Guys, this is something that we need to be conscious about. They have media on their side, and the media is saying, wow, look at that, Dumfries is arriving. Happy, look at that, he's celebrating, he's about to arrive, Dumfries. We don't need anybody else. While they totally flopped on Perisic. They flopped on other players. Now they need the agreement of PIF, financial funds, for unlocking the Diaby. But that's the reality. I'm not defending Juve, guys, because at the end, the reality is Juve did 0. But the reality is Inter did 0. Juve 0, Inter 0. Did you hear somebody complain about Inter? No. Did we hear somebody complain about Juve? Yeah. Of course, Inter is first in Serie A, but Inter was really looking for players, and they flopped, like Juve flopped, but nobody's speaking about it. Here we see Arriva Dumfries. Gazzetta dello Sport could have gone also with Arriva Vlahovic, no? Different standards of communication that is cascading down, and some are extremely angry and frustrated with Comoli out. I didn't read Marotta out. Same situation, huh? Same situation. Milan is looking for a defender. Today we are praising Iglitare because he brought Fulkrug, and maybe he will anticipate and bring Mateta, that no Juventini wanted. Guys, it's real, huh? I'm not lying to you. Am I lying? Tell me yes or no, Beppe, you are trying to make it more beautiful than it is. No, I told you, Juve is a disaster because we didn't bring anybody. But you have a narrative that is saying a lot. Roma, they flopped on Raspadori, they flopped on... they brought Malen, that scored immediately, and Malen is now the superstar of the world, and he's the best player. If he didn't score that first goal, probably nobody would have spoke about it. But Raspadori, they flopped, and they brought a kid with potential that Gasperini is saying we are becoming next gen from Roma. He wants ready to start players, and they didn't arrive. And that's not to blame Roma, Inter, Milan, or to put them equal to us. It's to tell you the reality. The reality is that in Serie A, you have no money. You have no money. You have no money. So you do with what you have. Unfortunately, you do with what you have. You cannot go for unknown players for 40 million euro because you want to. You cannot go for Mateta for 40 million euro. You cannot. And that's a reality. That's a reality. So you need to take that into account as well. Is it sad? Yes. Then you have Turkey that is growing, as a movement is growing. The Super League in Turkey is growing. By the way, we are playing against Galatasaray. Let's see how it will go. but they are able to sign a lot of players that in Italy you cannot sign. Why? Because they have that financial advantage of paying really small in terms of taxes. So the net that they are giving to players is nearly the gross. Agron, ti salutiamo Beppe e i ragazzi da Roma, forza Juve, ci rivediamo allo stadio, ci rivediamo presto, grazie Agron, che bello leggere le persone che scrivono in italiano nella chat, che bello. Chielo Star is defending. I'm not defending that much. I'm telling you the cruel, the nude reality of a bad position. What I think is that we didn't enter the Mercato really prepared. And we should have done it. And that whatever player that we will sign, if we sign, will be looked at, will be seen as a B plan. It's real, huh? If today they bring you really that name, Guesson, that I hope it's not true, of course. If they bring you Guesson, are you happy? I don't know. We didn't even reach 200 likes, which is a shame. Huh? Not even 200 likes on a live. With the draw, we explained you the teams in details. We even made prediction. Then we spoke about a Mercato that is at the moment sleeping for Juve. Voila. Okay, we go with a 5 minutes round of questions, short answers. Beppe, this summer we need to look for at least one Vice Vlahovic. Kalulu. One Vice Yildiz, a striker and a new midfielder. So total 4 signings. Hopefully this is possible and they don't flop. But if you go to Gazzetta dello Sport, guys, today, Tuttosport. Tuttosport today is speaking about Juve. And they are in Mercato, they are saying Colo is difficult. Zirkzee is increasing. I don't believe in Zirkzee, I tell you. Selic on a free for the summer because he doesn't want to renew with Roma. Attenzione to Kessie. The dream remains Bernardo Silva. I continue to tell you guys, Bernardo Silva is the name that we anticipated here on the channel. Is a name that you need to monitor. Why are they going for a lot of free transfers? Because we are speaking about free transfers. Kessie, Senesi, Bernardo Silva, Celik, or whatever name, because they have in mind to go with a few sales and then a few important signings for the summer. Will it be too late? I don't know. Just volevo sapere che cosa pensi del mercato della nostra Juve. Vorrei una tua prima opinione. Ma guarda, l'ho già spiegato, Tiziano, te lo dico in poche parole. Non ci sono soldi non solo per la Juve ma anche per le altre. In alcuni casi vengono celebrati, perché di quello che parliamo te lo faccio vedere. Arriva Dumfries, per la Juve non c'è scritto per esempio arriva Dusan Vlahovic, dunque la narrativa cambia molto. Però è vero che arrivare al 30 di gennaio, quando il tuo allenatore ti chiede un attaccante e non arriva, sapendo anche che sei andato a Istanbul per trattare con un giocatore, non è bello per il danno d'immagine. Puoi anche rimproverarti o avere alcuni, come si dice in italiano, rimpianti se alla fine il gol non lo trovi per esempio contro il Parma o con una piccola e ti fa perdere punti come abbiamo perso contro il Cagliari. Non è bello. Dopo che non ci sono soldi, questo lo sappiamo. Purtroppo è la verità. I just explained a bit what I said in English in a recap in Italian. Westerman, free but not free. We need to pay commission like with Weston. So still there need to be money. But there will be money, guys, for the summer. Nobody said that there will be no money for what is right today. It's one financial book is different from another financial book. Next year, don't forget, first of all, Dusan Vlahovic will not be there. And you save immense load of money. One. Then some players will be redeemed. Nico Gonzalez, maybe Douglas Luiz. You will sell maybe a Koopmeiners, maybe an Openda, maybe a Bremer. You don't know, huh? And then from there you go and you see. Bien le bonjour, mon ami Ciao Juventino in French this morning. So questions, guys. Quick fire questions, this or that, yes or no. 5 minutes starting now so that I can answer. But lots of maybe. It's always lots of maybe in everything. We cannot predict what will happen tomorrow. Imagine predicting what will happen in 5-6 months from now. Top 3 players to sell in the summer. Sell or stop? Stop. I will take both of them. Dusan Vlahovic, so no question to renew. I would tell you Nico Gonzalez and Douglas Luiz. At least we don't have them back. But that would be too easy if I tell you Vlahovic, Nico, and Douglas. If you want me to add, I tell you probably Koopmeiners and Miretti. Why Miretti? I would give him a chance as a rotational player, but we are already giving him a chance as a rotational player now. If he doesn't step up, he has some offers. Napoli, Lazio, etc., etc. It's a player where you cash in. Plus Valenza only. And I would also, like Neven is saying, I would also put Cambiaso there. And Gatti. Mamma mia. I said a bit too much. So, if I take away Douglas Luiz, Vlahovic, and Nico Gonzalez, I put you top 3. Koopmeiners, Gatti, Cambiaso. Voila, I've changed my mind. Juventus and Bologna are speaking about a deal that could bring João Mario to Bologna, Hulm in bianconero. Reactions. Then I tell you my reaction. Reactions. Hulm better than João Mario, I read in the chat. I'm happy we are getting Hulm. Nah. Good deals, we didn't use him anyway. It's the same. No, it's not the same. Players should be allowed to go through difficult years without being sent right out the door. I mean, if you wanted to be a charity, Dybala. Okay deal, awful deal. It's a fight, huh? On a scale of 1 to 5, how much do you like Hulm? Mingueza, they don't want to let him go for free. Okay. I'm not surprised about I am not surprised about it. For what reason? Super easy. Because I was live yesterday on Juventus, and my friend Luca Momblano yesterday, when I was with him, yesterday, not today, yesterday, he already anticipated here. Hulm from Bologna is someone that Juventus is looking for. So I'm not surprised. And that's the first thing. So for people that are speaking about Luca Monblano, we don't trust, we don't know. If you want anticipations, there is one name. There is one family. It's the Juventus family that is anticipating you. And yesterday when he told me Holm, I didn't jump in the air. Honestly, yeah. It's a player that I know because we are following him since a few seasons. It's not new when he was already at Spezia. We were anticipating. I was even saying, oh, why not? Not a bad player. But then I continue to follow him. He goes to other clubs, Atalanta, Bologna, and never able to do something wow, okay? If you tell me Norton Coffee, I tell you, I prefer Norton Coffee, without any doubt. Then Norton Coffee is a player that Ottolini would love to, but that Genoa is asking and money between 20-25 million euro, because 20% of the resale goes to Arsenal, if I'm not wrong. It's at the moment complicated to have now, but we need a player to replace Kalulu in case of need. Holm is a player that has experience in Serie A with different clubs. Bologna, Atalanta, Spezia, he knows Italy, he knows the language. It's a ready-to-use immediately player that could come as a backup. If you tell me, Beppe, today you can have a swap, pay attention, Di Marzio and Agresti are not speaking about it, but I will tell you, they are speaking about a 6-month loan swap. At the end of the season, arrivederci, both will come back home, okay? Both will come back home. No, both will go back home. So, Holm to Bologna, Joao Mario to Juve, and then, oh, you never know, huh? They can rediscuss. But at the moment, that's the reality. It's a loan until the end of the season. And I tell you, guys, if Norton Coffee is costing money and you're not 100% sure about it, if Mingueza is on a free this summer, if Palestra, you still want to play your cards, even if you know that you will not have an easy road, because Atalanta will ask you a lot of money, but you want to keep the door open, maybe with a free player as Celik, and I tell you that Celik is better than Holm. I tell you, Beppe, choose between a player that nobody is using, Joao Mario, and a player that is playing Holm. I tell you, let's go for it today. I have no problem. I was dreaming about Palestra. I would have been happy with Norton Coffee. I was already starting to study Mingueza on the left and on the right. But I tell you, it's a smart deal for 6 months. No, it's not a Joao Mario 2.0, because it's a player that can play much more in Serie A. While Joao Mario is not playing. Look, 5 appearances in Europa League, 11 appearances in Serie A, 1 goal, 4 assists, 2 appearances in Supercoppa, so he even played the final, and he played 100 minutes in these games. Coppa Italia, he played 1 game, 1 assist, so it's a player that 1, 3, 14, 19 games this season. 43% of the minutes in Europa League, 32% of the minutes in Serie A, so it's not a starter at Bologna. He's not one that is pushing to be a starter at Juve, because he is a sub, and he will be the sub of Kalulu, but a sub that, if we need to play him, in case of need, can play in Atalanta Juve of next week in Coppa Italia on Thursday. He could play probably to rest a Kalulu. He was signed for 7.7 million, while Joao Mario is not playing. So I tell you, it's a smart deal. Loan for loan, like Serraz is saying, that was the next thing that I wanted to tell you, but Serraz anticipated. if Joao Mario plays at Bologna, which he has no chance to do at Juve, at least he gets into the spotlight. He can potentially show a bit and receive some interest for the summer. If he stays at Juve, it's nobody knows about Joao Mario. Last time I was listening to Gianni Balzarini, which is an Italian journalist, and he said he was there for a game, and there was, I think, the last game that Joao Mario was warming up, ready to enter. He said, "Oh, who is that player? I don't know him." And then he remembered, it's Joao Mario, because he totally forgot the face of him. It was a bit funny to listen, but in a way also sad. It's not never playing. I hope we don't. Is there no depth from next gen so far? There is one player that is growing well, it's Puskás. For the rest, Mateta is better than Enesiri, better than Guessant. Mingueza is better than Northern Coffee and Holm. Every time we downgrade. Yeah, Nirak, maybe you're right. Probably you're right on the names. But you're confronted with the reality. The reality is we don't want to go with money for players because we want to keep our opportunity for the summer. Okay? We don't want to be linked with. Mingueza. He's a player that we went for. Spalletti, I heard, said, I'm not 100% convinced. But on top of that, it was a player that they wanted 7-8 million euro for a player that is free. On the 3rd of February, you can sign him for free. So, guys, if you have no money, will you spend, be honest, will you spend 7-8 million euro plus part of the salary until the end of the season for a player that is free? It makes no sense. Northern Coffee, they want 25 million euro. And yeah, he is a good player, but he's maybe not your number one target. And they are doing difficult because the voices from Genoa are saying... So if you can have a Holm on a swap loan with Joao Mario, I tell you guys, I don't like that much Holm, but it's an intelligent last-minute deal. To me. If you tell me that Mateta is better than Enesiri and better than this is how it started. Mateta was the first objective, but you were here when they said we want 40 million euro with an obligation to buy. Which Juve said, 40 million for a 29 years old that never played in a big club. Option, we can. Obligation, only if really we go with difficult objective to reach. No. Because there was Nottingham Forest, because there was Tottenham, because now there is Milan. So you say, basta, because we cannot spend 40 million for Mateta. Now they go with 30. But apparently, I don't know. But in the beginning, it was 40. We were following it here day by day. You go with Enesiri, where you have an agreement with Fenerbahce at our conditions, so no obligation to buy. The player says, I'm interested. You go there. Then he says, I don't know, on a loan because then my future is in doubt. You see what I mean? And then you go, apparently, because I don't believe in it. But apparently you go for a Guessant. I don't believe in it, because it's not even a striker. It's a right winger first that can also play as a striker. John Duran, I see it really difficult, guys. He's earning a lot of money. I already tell you what the deal could potentially be. He's earning 20 million euro. 20 million euro at Al Nasser. He went on loan to Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce said we don't pay 20 million euro. We don't have a lot of problems with taxes, but 20 million euro, no. So they said, and they found an agreement, 10 million euro paid by Al Nassr, 10 million euro paid by Fenerbahce. If he joins Juve now, they break the loan, and instead of going back to Al Nassr, he goes to Juve, John Duran. It means that we pay 4 remaining months. You pay 4 million euro net, because he already received 6 million euro from Fenerbahce. Of course, you need to check for that it's gross. So Juve pays 8 million euro gross for the salary. I don't know if Al Nassr will ask you a small fee. So you're speaking about 10 million euro gross for a player for 4 months that has potential, but lost himself after Aston Villa, and apparently from a behavior point of view is a troublemaker. Then if you speak me about potential, he's the strongest one from all the players that we mentioned. Potentially. But Isaac, tell me which other Italian club is moving as a big club. Because then you need to say, I'm embarrassed about Serie A. And here I would tell you, I agree with you, something that I anticipated here on the channel 5 years ago. Give me, because we went through the list. Tell me an Italian club that moved on this winter better than us. Inter and Milan are hijacking our players. Show me the players that Inter signed. Which player? Tell me, No, because tell me which one. Which one? Give me the names. Mateta is he at Milan today? Not that I know. From what I know, not yet. Right? They need to sell Nkunku. Did they sell him? Today, no. Will he arrive at Milan? It could be. There are big possibilities. So far, I don't know. Because I was telling you, like people were telling me, like papers were telling me, that Enesiri was just waiting to step on the plane, and it was a done deal. And it was a done deal. Fabrizio Romano said, done deal. Matter of minutes to decide. It didn't happen, because sometimes it doesn't happen. Then, would you spend, because we don't know, but let's say 30 million euro for Mateta, and he is your number 9 of Juve. Officially, for next season. Because that's what we are, not only next season, for the seasons to come. And you need to learn speaking about it. You need to have that reading comprehension. English is not my first language. Okay? But I try to understand what is written. Jean-Philippe Mateta has agreed personal terms with Milan, his favorite option. 2 weeks ago, I was reading Jean-Philippe Mateta has agreed personal terms with Juventus, his favorite option. Okay? AC Milan have advanced in talks with Crystal Palace. Like I was reading, Juve have advanced in talks with Crystal Palace for the summer. But they are trying to complete the agreement now. And then the most important words of all of them, if Crystal Palace give their green light. So if you tell me today, Milan is doing a better Mercato for Juve, on the 30th of January. I tell you, I don't know about that. Because Milan was screaming on all the roofs. We are looking for defenders. Defenders that came, zero. They went for full crook, okay, that I wanted. They went for full crook, and they are now looking like, maybe it's not really what we were looking for. So let's go for Mateta. So on top of the other one that they will not renew next season, so it's a player that they brought in for 5 games, they will now try to go for Mateta for 30 million euro, apparently, if Crystal Palace gives their green light. So if you tell me, hijacking, they are doing better Mercato, no, it's not true. Inter, you will tell me Norton Coffey. Where is Norton Coffey? Where is he? I don't know. At the moment, he's still at Genoa. He's not at Juve. So, don't tell me. And then, yeah, they signed a player. No, they took one. Yeah, okay. They have a new face. It's full crook. Inter has 0 new face. So, ragazzi, dai, be honest. Be honest. And then if you tell me that at today, full crook is the one, and maybe even Mateta. You want Mateta? Let's put him in. Mateta. If you tell me that because they signed Mateta, this means that Milan did a fantastic Mercato, I don't know. No, but, you know, I'm pissed off with the Mercato of Juve because we didn't bring in anybody, because I'm not happy. No. This is making me angry. Because I'm angry about Juve. I'm not happy about Juve because we are late, because we went publicly on some players we didn't bring. Spalletti's asking you and whatever you're. So I'm actually same as you. But people are making it as if we are the only club and they don't see the big problem. The big problem is the reality. There is no money in Serie A. Juve has no money to go for players that are mid. Because that's what we're speaking about. En-Nesyri, Mateta, all these players are mid. All these players are mid. Then if you think that as Premier League clubs we can go spend 30 million, 40 million euro for just making PR and having a player that is filling a role. Oh, we cannot do that. That's the real reality. That's the reality. That's the reality. You believe it or not, you are frustrated because you didn't receive your Christmas toy under the tree. That's your problem. If you're not able to see the reality, that's the reality. And this is not to blame to Inter. This is not to blame to Juve. This is not looking and finger pointing. This is the reality. If you tell me now today that Mateta to Milan, that didn't happen yet. But if it happens, that this is wow, grande Milan and shit Juve. Napoli is blocked. They cannot do Mercato. Inter, they need to ask the funds if they can go for a player I never heard about in my life. This is the reality. You like it or you don't like it. At today, it's like that. At today, it's like that. Now, 0 delays, or you will start respecting the club that I support, or without delays, I will kick you out of this chat. So, shit Juve, you say it to your friends, not to me, because I'm not your friend. So, please respect the club that I love and that I create the channel for and I dedicate my entire life to. Not happy about that? You, without delays, leaves the chat. Now, arrivederci, because there are something that I don't appreciate. And you made me angry. You made me angry because putting the facts in a list doesn't mean finding excuses. We should have had a player today at Juve, and he's not there. So the Mercato of the summer, judged by me as bad, will be even worse judged by me. You can criticize Juve because I am criticized Juve, but on my channel you don't say shit Juve. Okay? We agree? Except, of course, if you are from another team. No, I think that you're a troll. You don't understand. Or you have comprehension problems, or you're a troll. One or two. Option A or B. Maybe I will do a poll about it. Having an opinion is correct. I appreciate them. Shit Juve, you say to your friends. Not to me. Not to me. Basta. Basta. Do we agree on that at least? No? Or not? But that's another thing. Of course, you can be pissed off with the board. You cannot be happy with the board. You can ask changes. You can ask whatever you want. Shit Juve, you don't say it here. But no, I tell you that I'm not happy. I tell you that I'm not happy. I tell you I'm not happy about the situation. But if you ask me the question like that, in the beginning I tell you, no, I'm not happy. If you tell me, and if you write me, shit Juve, I say that you need to leave the channel. As easy as that. It's super easy. You don't speak bad about, no, you can speak bad about the club. You cannot insult the club I love on this channel. As easy as that. Guys, you need to be educated about paying attention about how you write in the chat, about what you say online. Okay? I don't care about young content creators that go with bold, and if they're not happy because of this, they start insulting. They start to throw things, they break television. I don't care. I don't care. I do my own, okay? I want to be an example. You love a club. It's in good and in bad situations. You can criticize how much you want with respect. If you go consciously on a live from a channel that is called GJustjuve, just Juve, and you start saying shit Juve, you are lacking respect to the club that I love. You're lacking respect to me. And you're lacking respect to all the people that are in the chat at the moment. That's the reality. That's the reality. There are other ways to communicate and express your frustrations. That's what I want to say. As easy as that. And this is how I built the channel 6 years ago. And I will continue to do that. Ragazzi, on this, I close the channel. If Juve will be happy to sign a player and to reinforce the team, I would be extremely happy as well. If not, we will criticize all of them, especially from the moment that we will not win against some teams because we were not able to score easy tap-in goals. Arrivederci. Ciao.